You know, we were just, that was just an experiment that didn't work. We were going to come up, everybody would be laughing, and then it was like going to be an inside joke, but I'm sorry. What were you going to ask about casting couches?
Gail, you probably haven't had to go through that. Maybe you have. I don't know what you have to go through to write, but do you girls get a lot of sort of casting couch experiences? I mean, do you find that people say, well, put up or shut up, or, you know, you can have it if you give it, or what happens? What happens
well,
to you,
a lot of
Cassandra?
times you really feel like a piece of meat, because I've been on several interviews where there are about 50 girls.
I felt like that.
And then they say, well, we want to see you in swimsuits. So everybody lines up and parades around and runs around the little hallway.
It's awful.
And it's
so
just that kind of thing. Yeah, you feel like you've left there and you think, my God.
And you've also put your swimsuits on. They're all standing there looking at you.
Staring at you.
And it's an overcoat
And they usually look
commercial.
like
It's serious enough so that SAG is running a report on it.
Really?
Yes.
Our own Kathy
I don't know
Nolan.
how they're going to get the information, but they are doing something about it.
Really?
Kathleen Nolan is on that committee.
On that couch, I thought you were going to say.
You're on the couch, darling. That's where you write from. Kathy's in the committee.
Well, a lot of times what I've found out is that people throw casting sessions, not because they have a particular job, but because they're looking for girls to meet or something like that. I've gone on an interview to Orange County, and the guy goes, I was recently divorced. Are you married? You know, and that kind of thing.
And you know that that's what's coming
right.
up. And what do you do? I mean, can you get up and go? Do you need it the work so much that you have to go through the
you
motions?
just say, well, I'm sorry, I'm tied up.
Don't
you
ever
know?
go to
You
Orange
just-
County.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Orange County.
3-hour drive back and forth.
You wouldn't
know.
think that they would be that way in Orange County. They're also
Does there, the agency, you are represented by
Nina Blanchard.
by Nina Blanchard.
Yeah.
Does she represent you if this comes up? Do you ever go say, Mama Nina, this is happening
Yes,
to
you
me?
can report it. Right. Yeah.
Nina is one of the all-time terrific ladies. She is the kind of lady that you can go up to and cry on her shoulders or whatever. I think we all share this opinion that we like our agent. You know, usually you hear about the talent saying, oh, I can't communicate with my agent, I can't do this or that. And Nina is just marvelous.
Gail, tell me something. Do you think we were talking about it before quite flippantly, and I said you have to write a book about a beautiful woman. You said, well, you only write from your own experience, but, you know, she said you could call her any time at 2 in the morning. Do you think it's more difficult for an audience to accept a beautiful woman in particular situations than it is to accept a less beautiful woman in television situations?
No, you know, we really should get back to it because there was an era of Lauren Bacall and
What a great
you know,
beauty she is.
and all the those great women who did comedies.
Yes.
Right.
We don't have that at
Carol
all
Lombard.
anymore.
Carol Lombard,
Jean
my favorite
Harlow.
lady, hands across the table.
Marilyn
We
Monroe.
have to do that.
You know, it became very in vogue
Yes.
in the late 60s to use natural-looking people, you know.
I am so sick of that natural look.
And I'm
Commercials have gone into the Uggs. You know, I hate to be unkind. I mean, I like to use the word relatively unattractive or something like
ugly is fine.
ugly as but you look at some of those commercials and you say, just with whom are they trying
To communicate. What about you girls? I mean, when you're given a commercial that, I don't know, name products or anything, but when you're having to make something like soap powder, which is the boringest thing in the world to do to wash up, you know, when you're having to give the soap powder an identity, what... Hello, baby.
Just whack him across the gladiola.
Baby. Whack him. Don't let that baby come back again.
Was that Nina Blanchard by any chance?
She's wailing.
But how do you feel about the roles that women are put into in commercials, selling particular products to other women?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
You don't
the
understand.
question.
Well, I mean, a woman standing up there looking sort of happy, and there's a little girl standing at the side saying, Mommy, isn't your hand soft? And the girl is saying, oh, yes, my hands are soft because I use so-and-so. And you know well that any woman
People
is
don't talk
totally
about it.
exhausted and doesn't work
Don't
that way
ask
at
me
all.
questions, kid.
Yeah, no, please go away and play outside, you know. But I mean, how do you feel about representing those sorts of women who are giving that kind of an identification to housework and the product?
I look at it as a challenge, you know.
You can't really, because you've got to say what's there.
Well, a gig is a gig, you
Well, I
know.
know, I'm talking about
as Yasha
work.
Heifetz
I mean,
once
I'm
said.
not telling you to refuse it. What did you say?
As Yasha Heifetz once
That's a
said.
good name for the
A
baby.
gig is a gig, sure.
I'm so confused from this, though, because we thought that Hollywood, so-called Hollywood, has progressed where the so-called casting couch and that kind of thing didn't exist because people want to do good products. I mean, the producers and directors I've worked
We
with.
produced. We just produced the Smothers Brothers show, and we had cast. Now, did I once ask anybody to
Hey,
get
I
on a
never
couch?
thought of that. If
Mac
any women
being
who
your
have done
producer
that.
was our director. He never did that, did you, Mac?
Oh, maybe he will for me later.
Yeah, but really, I
The
thought
new era
that
maybe is going to be better.
maybe the new era will help
I mean,
when
do you-
our generation becomes in power.
But do you think there are any women who go? Do you think there are any lady producers who do the same thing to men?
That
I mean, do you think there are men
Well,
that
what's
are too
Playground
beautiful?
Magazine then, Georgia?
I
Let's
think
get
that's
into that.
rubbish.
Well,
do you
that's
think
what
that there
they
are men
did.
that are too beautiful,
Nah.
girls? I mean, are there any men that are too beautiful to be in movies? I mean,
Let
usually
me
get the
tell
most
ya.
gorgeous guys in the world.
Let me tell you how I got my job on the Martha Ray show.
I want to hear the girls on.
They're
and
only
Martha?
too beautiful if they don't have anything behind that facade. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, they should hire a woman not because she is so beautiful, but because of the character. So the same holds true for a man. He
No,
can
but
be
what I'm
gorgeous.
saying is there are many men who are gorgeous, who are enormous screen actors. I mean, that's
Yes,
totally
what's wrong with
accepted,
that?
isn't it?
That's
A gig is a gig.
My friend here. But I mean,
You
you
go
go
about
back.
finding
Do
out
you think
what's
they find
behind
it
that
difficult?
facade.
I'm sure they do right now, yes.
Do you think men find it difficult to be beautiful and get work?
I think so.
Yes, I do.
know a
I
lot
think
of
we're
them.
into a really natural era where it's like you should have a little space in your tooth. They think that's adorable. I can't wait till crooked noses come in. I figured my lifetime.
Well, I think they're
once.
back now because I've got one, and I just want to thank you all for coming. Gail, you were smashing.
Thank
Thanks
you
very
for
much.
having
And
me.
Kenny,
You.
I love you, Lillian.
Ursuline.
Ursuline, thanks very much for coming. And I'm
Cassandra,
determined that you all
thanks so
become
much.
actresses this year. Get it on, girls. Get it on.
Listen, don't run away. We could do a little wrap up after this, so you all come back with us and wait. My wife is beautiful people.